It's strange how life turns. You never know when a moment could be the last before everything shifts into a new focus. Even in this short time, so much has changed. I mean, it was only the other day I sat down at my computer and found some old footage of the small projects I used to do before I started working full time. Looking through it, it brought back memories. It reminded me of the ambitious nature of those projects. Since then, I've only built a list of things I wish to do when I have time, but I found that time is always elusive, and that list always needs to keep on growing. Now, I've decided to slowly turn that around, starting with one of my bigger projects, my Fallout 4 Rebuild the Commonwealth project. In this project, I came out of the vault, admit my son is gone, and focus on rebuilding society. As you can see, I have some of the last bits of footage from my last update back then. Let's go through it and revisit what I've done so far. For I've lost quite a lot of the previous footage, and this being 8 years old, it's really only so much I can find from what I've built up to that point. But there's also a lot of things I need to fix up in this, mainly due to there were limitations of my knowledge and the general vibe I was looking at going for in this build. So I'm just gonna go through it all with you and figure out where I left off. This time 8 years ago, before I signed off, I was level 65 on this character. I completed a few days of gameplay, and I was using the bolt action 50 cal with the thermal sighting as my main. So sneak shot build for a survival playthrough. That to me that felt necessary just to get through it. I focused on using water purification at Sanctuary, which is the go-to for money at the time. There are more better ways these days now, but to me, this was a blind playthrough. I wasn't looking at guides. I wasn't looking at how other people did things. I was playing it the way I felt I wanted to play it. That's kind of how I'm wanting to do it now, still. From there, I experimented with a few building ideas. So I tried to build a Sanctuary Traders. I tried to build a department store. Going through there, you can see I was trying to make all my guards uniform by using the blackened combat armor to give it some uniformity. But now with a lot of the new downloadable content that's free, I feel like changing it all to like an enclave armor style build. It just feels cleaner. My robots were very Mad Maxy built. A lot of them had the skulls, the laser cannons. I was still trying to keep it uniform, but I felt very raidery for that one. I built the Red Rocket place to look like a factory, or attempt to look like a factory. The internals is a bit still not flushed out, but my idea was to have all my sentry bots start from there and star out. And I was going to do a few other places around the map to do the exact same star out method so that you have a lot of tanks running through. I do also plan on having barracks, so I like having variety. I like to have people, boots on the ground, as well as robots, and with a bit of diversity of weapons. It feels wrong not to have diversity of weapons. One aspect I particularly liked was the farm. I turned it into a large, it's a concrete box. While the external appearance is quite rough, the internal setup is where it really shines. Inside, I installed a front guard gates, multiple levels, again constructing an internal city. With some good lighting and a bit more effort, I reckon I could make it look better again. Now, it's going to take a lot of work, but I need to break down what I want to get done first, and I'll come back to that one. So, coming through it all, with a brief overview, I've got a lot of empty houses. I've got a lot of things left undone. I started with a lot of ambition, and it's a shame, really, that I lost a lot of the first footage of my general survival. But I really don't want to go and do it from the beginning again. I spent a lot of time on this, and I want to keep going on this. Maybe in the future, when I already started one, but I'm willing to start it again, a radar-only version of this project. Then I'll probably start from the beginning and really try and get that authentic survival feel. You know, the same feel you get when you start off a new Minecraft survival game, where at the beginning really just everything, you're so weak, and it's such a great feeling. until eventually you just get so overpowered it means nothing. But for those first hour or so, it's a really good feeling. So I will sign off there, and then I will go do some things in the background, set some things up, and get some more footage, and then I'll give another update on where I am.